I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome. Let me see if I can get this right. Let me see if I can get this right. That should be right. Okay. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show, the Knicks Morning Drive. Again, you know, it's your man, Uncle Freezy. Sorry about the delay. Just had some stuff come up. Salute to everybody. Salute. Louisiana Knicks is in the building. King Ribby in the building. Salute. Danbury Sports Highlights is in the building. Bronx Kicks for Life. Andios is in the building. I see y'all. Hey, Allah Wise is in the building. CKK is in the building. All right. NBIC is in the building. Salute. Yeah, salute everybody. Salute. Dripmore is in the building. Salute. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Just Knicks is in the building. Hotline Bling is in the building. Salute. So I want to add the poll before I get too deep into the conversation and forget. I'm gonna add a link. Excuse me. I'm gonna add a poll for you guys to be interactive. I'm going to add a poll on YouTube. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? Just give me a sec to do this, everybody. I'm going to put this out there so you guys can do your thing, right? Start a poll. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? All right. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? That is out there for you guys. You guys know how I feel about Randle, right? So, but I put the poll out there for you guys to get your feedback. Right? Salute. Corey Lee is in the building. Salute, Corey Lee. Salute Corey Lee. Corey Lee is in the building. All right. And let's see. There is another thing I'd like to do just really quickly before I ask these questions. Okay. All right. So I just got a couple things I just want to add. All right. All right. And on there, Kerry Cox has sounded off. You see his opinion. Bronx Kicks for Life has his opinion, maybe. So I'm asking you guys, should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? And this is going to be an in-depth conversation, right? This is going to be an in-depth conversation where I'm going to ask several questions, right? I'm going to ask you guys several questions, right? Not just should they do it, but there'll be other questions attached too. So y'all be patient with me as I move forward. Man, I need some coffee or something, bruh. Hey, bruh, I need some coffee, man. Something. I need something to get me going this morning, man. I'm not really feeling it. Like Andio says, I honestly feel like we should keep him. He has 1 year left on his contract. You run it back, see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then you start thinking about options for next season. Andre Bryant's in the building. Should the Knicks? No. Will the Knicks? Yes. Is that for me? Oh, it's an overflow. This cup is okay. Did you put some of that? Did you stick your finger in it so it'd be sweet? Stick your finger in it so to sweeten it up. Oh, you don't want to burn yourself? Okay, all right. Well, I'll use sweetener then. Oh, French vanilla? It's not Bahamadean? Yo, it's behind. Yo, she keep telling me Bahamadean is not a word. What's the word? Bahamian is the word. Bahamian is the word. Okay. Okay. One of these days, I'm gonna tell him the story of how we met. She's like, okay, don't bore them to death. Okay, all right, okay, all right, all right. Justo 11 is in the building. Justo 11 is in the building. Salute, Justo. It was good to see you. Wayne Peterson is in the building. Salute. Salute. So, should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? I'm reading you guys' comments, and I think there may be some definitive answers from a trepidatious standpoint. Like the vibe I'm getting right now is yes, trade them, but make sure you get boom, boom, boom. Right? Or no, don't trade him because you don't know what's out there. Right now, the no's are winning in a landslide, everybody. Right now, the no contingent is winning in a landslide. Right? Yo, Khan is in the building. Salute. Khan is in the building. All right. I see. Hey, I see you, boss. I see you. Khan is like, I'm not trading Randle. He is one of the few players want to play in New York, and he is a 3-time All-Star and 2-time All-NBA. Salute, Khan. I see you. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Fritz never sleeps. Bro, do you ever get any sleep, bro? Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Fritz Alcindor never sleeps. Fritz Alcindor legit never sleeps. Kerry Cox says, I'd trade Randle for Pascal and Mathurin. Salute to the son of the legend, Kerry Cox. That's like my virtual brother right there. That's like my virtual brother. Hey, and when y'all see JJ, man, tell JJ to come back through. I don't know what's going on with JJ. JJ is our guy. JJ was here for like 3 straight years and then he disappeared. So it's got me concerned. Maybe if I had the Discord up and running, I wouldn't have to search for people, right? That's on me. That's on me. If I had the Discord up and running like I should, then we wouldn't have to worry about where people at. Yo, Khan is acted as he said Mathurin need to be a Knick. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Yo, I feel you. I feel you. Okay. Okay. So there's something else I was supposed to do just real quick. Man, running the show is running the channel is crazy, y'all. Running the channel is crazy. It's like you always forgetting something. And I did forget something. Let me see. What did I forget? I forgot something, but let me correct that real quick. Man, running the channel keeps you super duper busy. Super duper busy. Old man 803 is in the building. Old man says trade him only if getting someone else. Sometimes I like him. Sometimes he will cost us games too. But he's better to have than not. So we have to get something for him. Will Turnbull is in the building. Would a trade for Cat for Randle make sense? I know that Cat's rate would go up to 50 mil, but he would be a good second or third option for us. I tried out a new font. I tried out a new text. And so that ghost text is kind of screwing me up. I'm looking up at the screen and then I'll see it disappear and then it'll float back in. But should the Knicks trade Julius Randle, y'all tell me what y'all think. So should the Knicks trade Julius Randle is going to be the topic of conversation today. Now, it may be the topic of conversation for future shows also, but for today, I want to talk about this in depth. And y'all know how I can get in depth. Y'all know how I can get in depth. I ask a lot of questions. I'll investigate. Y'all know that. So really quick, I'm going to bring up some stuff I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all some stuff. Right? Just give me a second to pull it up. I should have had it on a presentation, but then I was thinking like, do I want to get that deep into certain stuff? And I have something I want to show everybody. I want to show everybody a little something. There it is. I have it, everybody. This is what I want to show you. I want to show you this. If this website will pop-ups are jumping up on this website, but I want to show you guys something. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. And it's because I want to show you the importance of an all-star. I want to show you the importance of an all-star on, let me see if I can move some things around here. Let me edit this. So I want you guys to see this. Oh, okay, it didn't save it. I'm gonna make it bigger one more time. All right. Salute to my guy Bully. Bully says salute, big bro. Salute Corey Lee. Shout out to the family in Vegas chilling. See y'all soon. That's from my guy Bully. Salute to Bully. What I have on the screen, everyone. What I have on the screen in front of you is Julius Randle's splits from this season. right? October, he played 4 games. November 14, December 14, January, he played 14 games, right? What I want to point out to you, the reason why this is important, for everybody to look at, if I can get this stupid thing off the screen, move, there you go, is there are going to be a lot of narratives, right? People are going to say a lot of stuff, but what we want to do is talk about the facts, right? When it comes to like how we have the conversations, we don't want to speak to people's random emotions, and we don't want to speak to like favorites. If we're talking about, if we're going to be factual, we only want to submit, things that are factual. Julius Randle got off to a very, very slow start. That's a fact, right? When you look at the October numbers, when you look at the November numbers, and in October, Julius Randle shot 29% from the floor, 32% from three, and 64% from the free throw line. That's a fact. That's a fact. Right? In November, he had an uptick. He was still bad, but he wasn't atrocious like October. Julius Randle shot 43% from the floor. He shot 27% from three, 71% from the free throw line. These are facts. When Julius Randle got somewhat healthy, coming off the ankle, 18 games in, Julius Randle shot 54% from the floor in December against tough competition, by the way. He shot 28% from three and 86% from the free throw line. He had a 63% true shooting. That's remarkable. That's remarkable for a high usage player. For a high usage player, jump shooter to have 63% true shooting is remarkable. And you see it, the number of minutes played, he played 510 minutes in December. In December, that man took 264 shots in 14 games. Right? So I gotta divide. I know that's less than 20 shots, everybody, but I want to give you the exact number. So I'm going to divide 264 by 144. And so Julius Randle took about 18 shots a game as the second option. In December, Julius Randle took about 18 shots a game. He took about 18 shots a game as the second option, number two option, whatever we want to call it, right? Whatever we want to call it. But in that stretch, he shot 54.5% from the floor, 28% from three. That's bad. 28% from three is bad, everybody. But he did shoot 85.6% from the free throw line on 97 attempts. On 97 attempts. In January, up until his injury, and this is with OG Anunoby on the floor, everybody. This is with the addition of OG Anunoby. Now, December, he was 54.5, 28% from three, 85%. Right? That's with Emmanuel Quickly and everybody on the floor. In January, with the OG Anunoby trade, he was 48% from the floor, basically 47.9, 48. He was 37% from three and 81.6% from the free throw line. And I know you may be asking me why those numbers are important. The reason why I wanted to show you those numbers are important is because Julius Randle proved to you from 1 month to the next that he could play with any style player. In 1 month, he was going to the rim, shooting at a high clip, shooting about 50, what was the number? He was shooting about 54.5, 55% from the floor with RJ Barrett, with Emmanuel Quickly, with Quentin Grimes, with all those guys. And then with the addition or subtraction of Quickly and RJ, with the subtraction of RJ and Quickly and Malachi Flynn and Ryan Arcidiacono, certain numbers regressed, but certain numbers improved. With RJ, he was great at Quickly. He was great at going to the basket, finishing at the rim, things of that sort. With OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa, where he had to become a floor spacer and give others room to operate, he shot 48% from the floor, 37% from three, and 81.6% from the free throw line. Right? Right? Khaled, this is my critique of Randle, because you know I want to critique him, right? You know I want to critique him. Hey, Kerry Cox, you know I want to critique him, right? You know I want to critique him, right? Because in critiques you just be fair to everybody. You be fair to everybody. Right? So I gotta be fair. When you critique everything, right? The one thing that I didn't mention, and I should have straight away, is that Julius Randle's rebounding in that time span was down significantly. Julius Randle's rebounding was down significantly. If I critique Obi Toppin for not being physical and not getting on the glass and not being that guy, then I can't legit have a conversation about Randle and not critique Randle's rebounding taking a significant dip. Brooklyn in the building. Wacko is in the building. Salute. King Ribby says, I just don't like it when it's a player's time to go. You're hard on them, but now that Randle, this time has come, every single person is scared. I don't know. He's saying trade the bum. Yeah, Randle's not a bum, bro. Randle's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time NBA, and he might be the reason why this franchise turned its fortunes around. Does that mean he should be here forever? Absolutely not. That doesn't mean he should be here forever, right? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But he may be, Julius Randle is a part of that group that turned around the Knicks. Whether we want to give him credit or not, he is a part of the group that took the Knicks out of the lottery and being a disgusting looking franchise and helped bring them to respectability. Before Julius Randle, this franchise was dog water. And we can all admit it. We were there. We all witnessed it. We were all there. We were all frustrated. We remember 2017. We remember 2018. So the point that I'm getting at is, so while Randle's offense took a significant step forward, his rebounding did not. And also if you want to call into question the 3-point shooting, if you're going to ask me, well, Uncle Freezy, why'd you bring up the 3-point shooting? Why was that an issue? Well, the issue is OG Anunoby needed space to operate, right? In 14 games in December, Julius Randle only took 53 3-pointers. 53. He was 15 of 53 from 3 in December before OG Anunoby arrived. After OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa arrived, Julius Randle took 84 3-pointers and made 31 of them. In January, he made more than double of the amount of threes that he made in December. And why is that significant? Floor spacing. Floor spacing for Hartenstein to operate, for OG Anunoby to operate, to Precious to operate when Precious is on the floor, for Dante DiVincenzo to have space. These are the facts. These are facts, by the way, everybody. These are not just things I'm making up as we go. Again, I'm going to show you I want to show you the proof. There it is. You'll see it in December and January. These are facts. These are facts. You see the numbers right there in front of you in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. In the 6th and 7th columns, you'll see them going from your left to right. You'll see them under December and January. He was 15 of 43 before OG, 31 and out of 84 with OG Anunoby. These are facts. Coach is in the building. Salute, Coach. Kenny is in the building. Salute, Richard Kenny. Nixon 26 says, should New York trade Randle? It depends on for who. We definitely, we're definitely gonna have that conversation. Oh, NBA. He's stirring the pot. Chat, he getting y'all stirred up. I can see it. So I'm gonna check on the poll right now. So as of right now, the no contingent is winning by a wide margin. And again, I'm going to ask everybody to hit the like button. For those of y'all watching on X, consider following us on X. Consider following us on X, please. If you're watching on X and you haven't followed me or the channel thus far, just consider following us on X. Hit that like button. Why says, talk about the Brunson spot up 3 numbers with and without Randle. I can. I'm not prepared to do that yet. I can after I do this. Maybe that could be a separate show. Maybe that can be a separate show. Maybe we can do that after we I'm going to do the same thing. So everybody, tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing for Mitchell Robinson. I just needed to do Randle today to get this out of the way, and so you can get accustomed to the format. And we're going to do the same thing for Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. But with that said, it's a long summer. I know there are things that you guys want to talk about, but I want to do it in a specific order so that we can have the information to back up the reason why we're having that conversation. So it's not like it's not as if I don't want to do it. It's just I want to make sure that we're prepared with the data. I want to make sure that we're prepared with the data. So according to you guys right now, the no contingent is saying don't trade Julius Randle. And coach says someone find the pick and roll and pick and pop options between Brunson and Randle. They don't exist. And that we can look at that. Well, I just can't do that today. I'm not prepared to do that today. Right. I had something all prepared for today. So maybe we can look at that maybe later on in the week or maybe next week for sure. And then consider why the pick and roll and pick and pop between Jalen Brunson and any player doesn't exist. Not just Randle, but for Hartenstein, for Precious, for Mitch, why those numbers may or may not exist for any player that sets a pick for Jalen Brunson. Right? That discussion should start with why does Jalen Brunson reject the screen so much? Why does Jalen Brunson reject the screen at a higher clip than any other pick and roll ball handler in the NBA? Maybe we should start with that conversation. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is these are facts. Maybe that's a conversation we should have maybe Wednesday or Thursday, because I want to do the Mitch one tomorrow because I have been preparing the Mitch stuff for tomorrow. So after that, maybe we can look into that for sure. So should we trade Randle? About 70% of you say no. But for the sake of the exercise, I want to ask you. Let me see. Let me move this out of the way. I want to ask you this. Or not that one. I want to ask you this. Not should the Knicks trade Julius Randle, not that. Is this it? Is this the one? Did I download the same thing twice? Oh, this is the one. I'm overlooking it. Man, I'm blind as a bat, y'all. I'm blind as a bat. This is the one right here. If you do trade Julius Randle, how does a Julius Randle trade benefit the Knicks? Right? How does a Julius Randle trade benefit the Knicks? Chat. If you trade Julius Randle, what are you getting? If you trade Julius Randle, what are you getting, everybody? I'm not going to lie to you. I have identified about 20 teams that could benefit from having Julius Randle. 20 NBA teams right now can benefit Julius Randle, having Julius Randle, right? And about 13 or 14 of them are in the Western Conference. There are whole organizations that are one Julius Randle away from maybe competing with the Dallas Mavericks. Right. And listen, and if you're not ready to answer the question, how does a Julius Randle trade benefit the Knicks? Right? If you don't have the answer, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm actually asking you to think about this thing. I'm asking you to look before you leap. Chad, I'm asking you to look before you leap. I don't want you to be angry or frustrated or disinterested in the question. What I want to do is ask you to look before you leap, test drive before you buy. Right? I'm going to name the teams that I feel like right now will benefit from a Julius Randle trade right now. Right now. Right? I'm going to tell you some teams that I feel like right now, if they traded for Julius Randle, they are better than they were before they made the Julius Randle trade. Right? I'm just going to name a few. Now, mind you, I'm not stating an opinion one way or the other for a Julius Randle trade, right? Right? And in this exercise, I'm not giving my opinion for Julius Randle going or staying. Right? Y'all already know how I feel about Randle, so that probably goes without saying, right? But what I'm going to do is give my unbiased opinion this morning or this afternoon about a Randle trade. Right? I'm going to start with 3 teams, or you know what? I got to start with let me start with 10 teams that I think benefit from having Julius Randle right now, and it makes them better no matter what they give up, right? No matter what the trade package is, no matter what the trade package is, right? No matter what the trade package is, they are going to be better once they do the Randle trade, right? I'm going to name about 10 of them. And when I name them, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I could see Randle helping their current lineup or whatever, right? And I'm going to and listen, I'm going to say this as if they are not trading any players and just giving us all draft picks, right? It say they'll give us 3 first-round picks and no players. They're just going to absorb Randle's salary, right? Just because I want you to imagine how their team will be better just with Julius Randle, right? And I know no team is going to trade all draft picks for Randle without trading salary, right? I understand that, but what I want you to do is envision what these teams will look like with the addition of Julius Randle, right? The first team that I think will be immediately better, and I mean immediately better, with Julius Randle on the floor is the Philadelphia 76ers. Julius Randle in Philadelphia alongside a big man that can shoot. Cowboy Bob, good, bro.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Julius Randle alongside a big man that can stretch the floor and rebound at a high level, where Julius Randle can go and be a complementary player that can stretch the floor, rebound, be all-star caliber, carry the load, help carry the load for Philly when Joel Embiid misses games due to load management. Be that complementary finisher at the rim and rebounder. I think Julius Randle, I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to be controversial, but I think a threesome of Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Julius Randle skips the line in the Eastern Conference and becomes a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference, especially since they have $62 million in free agent money, and Randle is scheduled to make $30 million this year. So they can legit go out and add another power player to that lineup. And I'm not going to get too deep into that. That's just food for thought. That's food for thought, right? That's food for thought, right? The next team, I think, ought to move a team from out of the bushes onto Main Street immediately just by adding Julius Randle. Just by adding Julius Randle, if they move them from the bushes to Main Street, the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets need a veteran scorer to balance out their young scoring options and their inconsistent veteran scoring options. The one thing they need in a Randle or a Randle type player is on those nights where Sengun is not getting 30 and 17 rebounds, Julius Randle can help him with that. Right? Does Houston have anything Knicks fans would be interested in? Probably not. But Houston, in my opinion, would go from a team in the bushes to a team on Main Street, a team that can compete. Right? The third team, I think, will benefit from having Julius Randle and maybe turn them into a dynasty is the Dallas Mavericks. If you think Daniel Gafford, the addition of Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington helped them get to the finals, Imagine getting all of that in one player, but that does it at an all-star level. Finishing at the rim, strong rebounding, outside jump shooting threat.
And would be the third option on that team behind Kyrie and Luka. So that's even more dangerous because when they're switching them out, he could just run. It's
All
very
right.
dangerous if you let him go. That's what I'm hearing right now. But continue on. I just had to interject for a sec.
Okay. So the two other teams I think will go from the bushes to Main Street, right? The Chicago Bulls, who have a void at power forward as we speak. The Brooklyn Nets, who have a void at power forward as we speak, right? And then there are two young teams I want to mention that if they had a Julius Randle right now, they are off and running, right? They are the Detroit Pistons and the Portland Trailblazers, right? There are so many teams. The only teams I see that don't need Julius Randle or couldn't use a Julius Randle to help them get better, the Boston Celtics, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Denver Nuggets, the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's it. Everybody else, every other team in the NBA could use Julius Randle. Cowboy Bob, how does a Julius Randle trade benefit the Knicks?
It doesn't because you lose value as not just a player, but you also lose a leader and you lose someone who's been here from the jump. So it's like if you're going to clean house, I can understand you getting rid of Randall, but if you just get rid of Randall, the upgrade better be serious because what Randall brings as far as controlling the tempo, as far as cooling down players and getting them involved, plus his offense alone with the ball handling, like he's going to be warranted double teams, him and Brunson. So a lot of people can feed off of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if he's giving you 18 points, that 18 points, we lost most of our games by that. And then his contribution on rebounding and his contribution on the traps as well will open up other
And
opportunities for
Cowboy
those
Bob,
guys.
but that's not the question. The question was, how does a Julius Randle trade benefit the Knicks?
It doesn't. I was just trying to give examples, but it doesn't. Because any way you look at it, we would be replacing a dominant player who we got cheap for a higher value target who's going to demand it more. Randall don't demand that much, and he creates his own. So it's very rare to find a power forward that's an all-star that can do what he does, especially at his value. So trading him would be actually losing value.
Chat, how does trading Julius Randle benefit the Knicks? Keyshawn in the building. Big Dress was good. LI1 says, disloyal snake ass Knicks fans should have been the middle finger, not thumbs down. Right, right.
Mm-mm.
Bro, LI1, they begged me for this conversation, bro.
But
They
why?
like, they LI1, they were like legit, like, yo, what about trading Randall? What about trading Randall? Y'all know I didn't want. That's why it's in the description. If you look at the description of this video, I stated it in the description of this video that I'm not for trading Randall or Mitch, but since people were having a conversation, then why not do
I want to know what is the value of you trading Randall. Like, if you think you're gonna get better players for him, name them. Because anybody else you bring in here, we have to change our offense for. He already fits the system. So we're losing that. Plus, we're also losing the development of the team. I don't know. That's moving backwards to me.
it? I don't know what the benefit would be. I'm searching for a benefit. right? I'm searching for a benefit to the Knicks by trading Randle, right? And I don't know if there is an immediate benefit. And this is me being straight down the middle. This is not me stating my opinion, or stating my Randle opinion. This is me looking for why trading Randle makes sense for the Knicks. I don't see a benefit. Now, it doesn't mean the benefit doesn't exist. That's the reason why I'm asking the question, because it may be a blind spot for me. Y'all help me find out what the benefit is. It may be a blind spot for me. NBIC says Randle is now injury prone and 30. We don't have any chemistry with this team, and it's been 4 years. We need to trade him and get value back. How did we go from courting DM to Randle? Yeah, but my question is what value are you getting back? What is that value? If you tell me what the value is, I'd be more than happy to have the conversation if we could talk about what the value is in return.
It's funny how it's what have you done for me lately when it comes to Randle, but anybody else gets a pass. That's just how I look at it, because what's the value in trading Randle? There really isn't any. Because anybody else we get, they're a question mark too. I don't understand it, man. You're going to get rid of a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, and a guy who's built up out here and actually believed in the system. And if y'all don't think he's a leader, then what do you think he was doing in the Indiana series? Showing up to games, talking to people, helping out in the Sixers games when he was hurt. Like, how many players actually show up like that? You're going to lose a lot more value as far as what he brings to the court and off the court.
Yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Get them likes up. Run them likes up, man. I think we're at, I don't even know what the like count is right now, man. Run them likes up.
I've been hearing people say, "Oh, get Jeremy Grant or trade for him for a first-round pick." I'm like, you guys are willing to take a chance on a first-round draft pick, getting rid of one of our best players. Okay, so then cool. You have more faith in a rookie than you do a veteran player, as well as you expect Tibbs to change enough to where he will be using a rookie to replace Randle. Like, that's a lot to ask for. Now, if you're telling me we're getting rid of Randle to get a power forward, I mean, not a power forward, a center, I want to hear what centers out there that we can get for him at that value. Because even then, it's still a big if at power forward, because there's a lot of question marks of who could replace what he could bring. Not many players. That's why he's a top 10 power forward.
But if you're looking for a Randle replacement, what is it exactly that you're replacing Randle with? Though, is it a stretch big? Are you talking about a stretch 5?
That could be a possibility that some people. I'm just throwing it out there because to me, I can see a stretch 5 being a reasonable thing. But who? Like, are we gonna get a Bam? I highly doubt it. Are we gonna get someone like a KP? No, I doubt it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's guys out there that are like that, I wouldn't know right off the top of my head. But if there is guys out there, bring them out. Because if we get a value of a big, like let's say Bam, I know he's not available, but I'm just saying for the sake of the argument. Imagine if Bam was available and they said we could trade Randle for Bam. Okay.
Right. So then what do you do with Hartenstein?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So any way you look at it, it's kind of a trap because you still got to look at everything else that we do need. And Randall's going to come in and give us exactly what we need.
Okay.
Like for example, Cat. Let's say Cat. Everyone says they would rather have Cat than Randle. Okay, so
wait. Everybody not saying that.
Okay. People that I've spoken to previous to this season that I remember having conversations with, 2 people said that they would rather have Cat than Randle. And I'm like, why is that? Because he can shoot the long ball, he can't rebound, and as well as sometimes Cat gets into his own way to where it's not the same as Randle. So for me, I don't understand what the obsession is with Cat, because Randall to me is more consistent over time than what Cat can bring you one night every week. Like if you look, like what I'm trying to say is this: like with Randall, consistently you will get a better production over a week's game than you would with one game of Cat, because Cat would have, like, let's say, one game 40, but then the other 2 or 3 games he might not have probably 25 points, because I've seen games where he struggled and defenses have locked onto him and he misses a lot of shots. But in the aspect of Randall, throughout the whole 3 games, you'll get 20 points, you'll get rebounding, you'll get consistently the way the team would win. And you'll get them cheaper. Because if you get Cat, that's $10 million you got to pick up.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Like, very few people at Randall's position to me in the East, he's like a top 5 power forward. And why would you get rid of that? The object is to get to the
Would
finals.
that? Oh, okay. Well, let me ask the chat this then. I'm gonna ask the chat this. Chat, would you trade Julius Randle for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Would you trade Julius Randle for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Cowboy Bob, would you trade Julius Randle for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
No, because at that point we're gonna have to force him to play center. Because what's gonna happen with Hartenstein and Mitch, and on top of that, the defense rotations, he's gonna get beat a lot. He's more. That's what they use him for. He's a secondary rotating big that could come in and create little limited space for the offense. But when it comes to actually playing, they're gonna run at him all day in the East. He's not gonna have the help that he has. So for me, no, because he would be exposed.
Okay. All right. Would
We're not
I?
even. I was gonna say we're
Would,
not even talking if OG's there or anything like that. We're just talking about yeah,
no. We not
yeah.
no. We Cowboy Bob. No, we staying in this lane right now. Is
Okay,
Randall
just
for
making sure.
Jaren Jackson Jr.? Is Randall for Jaren Jackson do it? Would you do it or would you not?
No.
Um um. In my mind, everybody. I would not be the one that pulled the trigger, but if the trigger was pulled, I don't know if I would be angry at it. I could get over it. I could get over it, and not because I like Jaren Jackson Jr. It's not. That's not even it. But Jaren Jackson Jr. does what Randall gives you the extra oomph for on offense. Jaren Jackson gives you that extra oomph on defense. Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably one of the best weak side rim protectors, shot blockers in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Jaren Jackson does give you offensive versatility, right? He can operate in the mid range, down low, and from 3, right? He can also give you minutes at center where Julius Randle can't give you minutes at center, right? And I know Jaren Jackson Jr. has played a lot of center here lately, and it's because Memphis's center position has been decimated by injuries,
Mm-hmm.
right? They've been decimated by injuries at the center position. I watched the game. I legit watched a game where both of those backup centers left the game, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
saw a game. I saw a game on League Pass where both of Memphis's backup centers, both of them, left the game due to injury. Right now, am I pounding the table for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Absolutely not. I'm not pounding the table either way. This is you guys' conversation, right? But is there a world where I could see the Knicks trading Julius Randle for Jaren Jackson Jr. I could honestly have the conversation on why they made the move for Jaren Jackson Jr. over Randle. Would I like it? No. Would I be able to live with it? After some time, I get over it, just like the RJ fans got over RJ being traded. Still Knicks fans is in the building. Salute. And Corey Lee says, Jaren Jackson isn't the poster boy for health. Yeah, I looked at that, right? I looked at that before I read the comment. Right. Here's the thing, though. Last year, he played 66 games. The year before that, he played 63 games. The year before that, he played 78 games. The 2021 season, did he miss a lot of time? Absolutely. He missed 71 he missed 71 games. The year before that, he played 57 games. The year before that, he played 58 games. Right? Now, has he for his career, has he missed a lot of games? Yeah, it looks like he's missed about over 100 games in a 6-year career. Right? But what about Randle's injuries, though? How often is Randle hurt nowadays as a 30-year-old power forward? I'm not saying trade Randle. I'm just saying just consider both sides. Everybody, and this is for everybody, not just one person. This is not just for Corey Lee. This is for everybody. Still Knicks fan says, I don't like bigs that don't rebound, but Jaren Jackson was defensive player of the year. I would rather have Julius and Jaren Jackson playing together. I would not. Right? I'm not going to lie to you. I would not. I would rather have Jaren Jackson at the 4 where I can keep him healthy. Right? I would rather a big go out there and do the dirty work and let Jaren Jackson fly around and do all the.
Mm-hmm.
If you can imagine, and the reason why I say that is if you can imagine a defense that has Jaren Jackson and OG Anunoby on it.
Yeah. Like
Can Jaren Jackson Jr. and OG Anunoby guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Right, and with a third guy to be the rim protector. That's what I'm thinking. Not saying your opinion is wrong or anybody's opinion is wrong. I'm saying that's my preference. Cowboy Bob, what trade scenario exists for you that would have you trade Julius Randle?
I can't, because the ones that I've heard or the ones that I thought of, none of them really comes to mind without us losing on the end, either financially or productivity wise. So I really don't see anything. Like, some of them is reaching out there. Like, the amount of, like, the players we're asking to replace Randle are all like top 2, top 3 guys. And if Randle has that type of value to get those guys, why would we not just keep him at the rate? That's what I keep asking. Like, that's why I said I don't see any trade that has value for Randle.
So you don't have so there is no dream scenario trade for you where you would trade Randle.
No, because if he could get a Giannis, if he could get an AD, if he could get a Bam, if he could get any one of those bigs that is in the top 5 in that area or that aspect of the East, then okay, then we have him at that value. So why would we get rid of him? That's why I'm like, why not just keep him and let him just be who he is? Because if he's worth that top 5 value, but he's not in the top 5, why not just keep him?
Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna go that far with it, right? I love Randle, right? But if Randle walked into the front office and said he's not gonna sign, he's not gonna take less money on an extension, and maybe there's a world where we should explore different avenues, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe he wants to retire in a destination.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If there is a world where Julius Randle can retire in a certain destination, I'm not gonna be the one that says there are no players out there I wouldn't trade him for. That's me. That's my opinion. I like
Okay.
Randle. I don't want him to go anywhere. I enjoy his wife on social media, although it's like quirky at times, but it reminds me of my missus. She's quirky at times, right? I enjoy like the stuff but I feel like, you know, a reflection of my life in kind of in a way, except without all the millions of dollars. Right? I enjoy Julius Randle. I think and still Knicks fans and Ron from Still Knicks fans can point this out too, that you know maybe Julius Randle and I have the same personality traits. Maybe that's the reason why I like him so much. Right? Maybe we have the same type of personality. It's the reason why I can identify with him. But with all that said, right? If I was asked, of course I would explore it. Right? There are players out there that are younger, maybe more impactful than Julius Randle. And if I had to make the move, would I look at making a move? Of course I would. Right? Of course I would. But with me admitting that, what player would I move Julius Randle for? Chat, if your feet were held to the fire, right? If your feet was held to the fire, what move would you move Randle for? Like, what player would you move? Not a package, right? Because we're not shopping him like that. But what player would you trade him for straight up today? I'm gonna ask King Ribby. King Ribby, would you consider Julius Randle for Paolo Banchero? And I'm going to ask Cowboy Bob. Cowboy Bob, would you consider Julius Randle for Chet Holmgren? Ron, I'm going to ask Ron from Still Knicks fans, right? I'm gonna ask Ron from Still Knicks fans, right? Ron, would you consider Julius Randle to Detroit for Cade Cunningham?
For Chet?
For you, yeah. Answer, yeah. Your question is simple.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Randle for Chet. Your question is simple.
Yeah, okay, maybe I was wrong before. I didn't say any. I said any trade, but that was a good one. I would say, yeah, I'll explore it because we get a younger player who can help out in the passing game, who can shoot the long ball. He's a stretch five. And on top of that, we would be also able to get another creator on the floor. We won't have to worry about Hartenstein. We can have Mitchell come off the bench, and we could find another. He could be our third option down low. That's pretty good. And then we could use Dante more. I can see a Chet. Like I said before, I didn't see it, but I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance.
You would do Randle for Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, I'll take a chance on that. Yeah.
And Ron, I asked Ron, would he do Julius Randle for Cade Cunningham, get a big do-it-all guard to play next to Jalen Brunson for the next 10 years? Would you, Ron from Still Knicks fans, would you trade Julius Randle to Detroit for Cade Cunningham to have a big 6'6", 6'7", do it all, efficient guard to play next to Jalen Brunson to preserve Jalen Brunson for the next 10 years? That's interesting, right?
I'm glad I didn't get asked that question. Chet, I'm glad you gave me that one. Yeah, because Cade.
Would you take Chat? Would y'all do Julius Randle for Paolo Banchero right now? Right now.
That one is see that's what I'm saying. Like the first one's a yes, the second one's a maybe, but I wouldn't mind saying I wouldn't say yes to it directly, but I would say yes if it was forced. But Paulo, after seeing what he can do, to me, with the health and he's only 2 years in, and man, we would be destroying teams. Just because to me, I think he'll be a younger version of Randall, but with just the fact of how much he's developed in the last 2 years, I like it.
And so Ron says, when you put it like that, I would consider it, but I have to have adequate. No, man, nah, bro. We'll get all Ron. We'll get to all that stuff. I'm asking you yes or no on a Cade Cunningham to help and to be the backcourt mate of Jalen Brunson for the next 10 seasons. The power forward stuff, of course, you'll address it. Just like Detroit will address point guard if they traded Cade to us. Right, but I'm asking in a vacuum on a scale 1-to-1, right? Knowing that both front offices are smart front offices and they'll adjust the other stuff accordingly. I'm asking you, would you trade for Cade to help with ball handling and playmaking duties with Jalen Brunson to preserve the Nova core, right? Would you bring in Cade at age 22 and have him with Jalen Brunson for the next 8 to 10 seasons to preserve the Nova core and give you another primary ball handler?
Wow. So you would trade Cade for Randall?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess there's more people out there that would trade for Randall. I mean, like I said, Paulo, I could understand. Paulo, hands down, I could be like, yep, 2 years in, what he's doing, let's do that. That I would be like, yep, let's go. But I know he's not available. But Chet, but Cade, no, man. Nah, I'm sorry. Because either one of those two, we get to replace a big that actually helps out the team, both offensively and rebounding. And they're younger. One just played 1 year in the league, another one played 2 years in the league, and they're already this good at what they're doing. So you get a longer term with them at a younger contract over a 30-year-old player, of course.
All right. So okay, and so here's the one that I'm gonna ask, and Twitter, if you're watching X, if you're for all my people out there on X, I want you to respond to underneath this video. This is the one I'm gonna ask everybody watching. Everybody watching, I want you to answer this one. This is not just for Ron or for Cowboy Bob, right? This is for everybody. Would you trade Julius Randle straight up for Mikal Bridges? Cowboy Bob, what do you think? Would you trade Julius Randle straight up for Mikal Bridges?
No.
Chat, would y'all trade Julius Randle straight up for Mikal Bridges?
No. Because when he has his offensive woes or he's struggling, he's not down there trying to grab rebounds. He's not down there trying to play good defense. He complains. I don't know, not complains, but he can get in and out of his own way very easy. At least when Randall gets into his own way, I think Randall could focus and get back down on rebounds, start getting in the transition, helping out defensively if his offense doesn't work.
Could you imagine a defense though with Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby in it?
Yeah. Gotta be a fast wing defense, like locked down. But if they get beat, who's down low in the center position? Because I'm not going to sit here and say they're not, especially off of switches. I'm not saying that they can't hold it, but there's going to be moments where players are going to get bottom, and who's going to be the one to help out in the back? Mitchell Robinson or Hartenstein?
Okay. All right. So since I went through all the questions, what I want to do in respect to Julius Randle and his family and the Knicks, personally, I'm not trading Julius Randle under any circumstance. Right now, in this moment. I think this moment is too tenuous and serene at the same time, right? Like I think this moment that we're in is too volatile and peaceful at the same time to rock the boat with a Randall trade, right? My thing is go back into the season with Randall. Don't trade Randall, and that's my Randall bias, right? I'm letting everybody know up front that I have a Julius Randle bias. I love Julius Randle, right? I'm letting everybody know that right now. So when you ask when I insert my opinion is that Julius Randle is a Knicks lifer, right? Is a Knicks lifer, right? Julius Randle is probably the second or third best power forward that has ever donned the orange and blue. Right now, Julius Randle is, or let me say, top 5 power forward to ever play for the Knicks right now. Julius Randle is. With that said, y'all understand my Randle bias, and I'm stating it to be clear and on the record that I love Julius Randle. For the sake of the conversation, right? For the sake of the conversation, I wanted the conversation to be as neutral as possible so that we can get information to be gathered from both sides. Yes, trade Randle. No, don't trade Randle, so that we can continue to have this robust conversation about Julius Randle. And so for the most part, everyone is saying, according to the chat, the no contingent is outpacing the yes contingent. Right. Now, with that said, as much as I like Randle, if there is a trade to be had that moves Julius Randle, if a team comes in and overwhelms me as the team president, I absolutely would do it. Because as much as I love Randle, and as much as I love what he's brought to the Knicks, and as much as I love how his family moves in New York, and as much as I just love his grit and grind approach, I love the Knicks 100 times more than that. So if Phoenix comes knocking at the door and says, "Hey man, listen, don't complicate things. Let's do Devin Booker for Julius Randle," I'm saying done. Done. Don't complicate it. Don't muddy the waters. We're not going to make a milkshake out of this. And I know the milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I know that, right? But we're not going to make a milkshake out of this. We're not going to muddy the waters, right? If a team comes to me and says, "Hey, man, you know what? How about we give you Bam Adebayo for Julius Randle straight up?" I would do it. Right? And there's no indictment on Randle, right? But certain things in your mind just make sense. What would a Knicks defense look like with Bam Adebayo and OG Anunoby on it? Right? Like, I love Randle. Y'all know that. I already said that about 20 times already. I just want to be clear. But I love the Knicks 100 times more than that. Right? If a team comes to me, legit, if a team comes to me and say, hey, man, you know what? I was thinking, man, I was thinking SGA is not going to be a fit. SGA would probably be a great fit next to a smaller guard that he could play with, and I could get 60 points a game out of a backcourt of SGA and Jalen Brunson. I would be a fool not to do it. I would be a fool not to do it. And if y'all notice, did y'all notice? Hey, Cowboy Bob, did you notice the trolling? Did you notice that I only picked out Kentucky Wildcats? I only picked the chat. Y'all gotta follow me. I only picked out Kentucky Wildcats to trade him for.
He's like, we're trying to get
right. Yeah, y'all gotta stay with me, man. I was gonna throw in De'Aaron Fox just to see if everybody else, if y'all was following that. I only mentioned Kentucky Wildcats, right? But all jokes aside, man. No lie, man. If Milwaukee is like, yo, Giannis is getting to a point, man, where we can't continue to keep him happy here. No matter what we do, Giannis, we just can't keep him happy. Right? We just can't keep Giannis happy. And would y'all consider Giannis and his humongous contract for Randle and his small contract? Would you do it? Milwaukee would be motivated because they would have financial flexibility. They could start adding stars once Giannis's big salary is off the book. Would you consider it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would consider it.
Yep. Giannis is like,
Hey, look at the question Ron put up here. Look, Ron said, who is better, SGA or Mitchell Robinson? I keep hearing people say they would take SGA over Mitch. Over Spider. I'm curious. Wait a minute.
I thought he meant to say Donovan Mitchell.
Ron, what are you talking about? You said SGA or Mitchell Robinson? Who is better? Oh boy, let me go to this man channel right now and put it.
I thought he was talking about. Thought he was talking about Donovan Mitchell, not Mitchell Robinson. It probably autocorrect. He talks so much about Mitchell Robinson.
How does it?
Donovan Mitchell. I think he was trying to say.
Okay, Cowboy Bob, I heard you. You said that. I heard you.
My fault. I thought I was breaking up.
I heard you. Yeah, no, I heard you. I heard you. So he says, who is better, SGA or Mitchell Robinson? I'm gonna say, by a whisker, I'm gonna say SGA. Ron, I'm gonna say it by a whisker.
Only a whisker.
Yeah. He said I meant Mitchell Robinson. I know he did. I knew he meant Donovan Mitchell. I was joking with him, and Cowboy Bob was trying to ruin the joke.
I was like,
Cowboy Bob don't have a sense of humor at all, bro. Here I am trying to troll.
I'm a square.
And Cowboy Bob is like in the no punchline zone. No punchlines. No punchlines. So NBIC says, I'm curious, does anyone in here want a chip or not? It's been 51 years. Yeah.
So what we have in Randle isn't good enough for a championship?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. I'm not, because the thing is, winning a championship is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you have a super talented roster, it doesn't mean you're going to win a championship.
True.
right? You have to have the perfect mix of everything.
And I'll keep bringing it up until they win. Look at Boston the last 6 years. And the last 3 years making it to the final twice out of those last 3 years. It's very hard to win a championship. And they have one of the best teams out there. Even if you look at Golden State after they won their first championship and then having the best record in the league and still losing. So it's not easy. I just think that behind with Randle, I think that with him and the combinations we have send a different tone to where we can be a championship team.
Okay.
Punk, did you freeze?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you now because it looked like you frozen.
I probably am. I think so.
Yeah, because you've been looking at me with the same face. I was like, oh, snap. You had that face like.
I think there was an app running in the background. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
There was an app running in the background. It was Twitch trying to run it in the background, bro. So there we go. There we go. Yeah. Imagine that Twitch freezing. Okay. Is that not being frozen? Is that not the opposite of Twitch?
Yeah.
The irony. The irony.
And the Matrix got you in it. You see, they got more humor than I do.
Right.
But nah, man, like I'm sorry. Like these guys were mentioning Giannis, yes. Bam, yes. AD, yes, but like these guys are all top players. Paolo Banchero is probably the only one I can see us pulling off to where everyone would just be happy with. Because of the fact this is what he brings to the table with his size and his rebounding and his ball handling. But
okay, and just real quick, I want to wrap up here, and so that we can keep this episode on a Randle thing, right? I can't be Dre's in the building.
Salute.
Dre says, unless you're getting a top 10 player in the world, it makes no sense, right?
Yeah, see? Thank you, Dre. See, the one time we agree, you ain't even up here.
Yeah, I think Dre is scared of you, bro.
He be popping on at night, and I be catching him at the last minute. I like talking with him. That's all. Like I said, we gain knowledge in talks.
So to recap, let me point out some stuff. If you're on X, follow us on X, right? If you're on YouTube, man, hit the like button, and turn your notifications on. Everybody, listen. Oh, that's the thing, Ron. This is the thing that we got to keep telling people, bro. We got to tell people to turn their notifications on. Hey, man, make sure y'all notifications are turned on. So anytime Still Knicks fan goes on, you'll be notified. Anytime Lawrence Tibbs is on, you'll be notified. We have a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of crossover event stuff. A lot of hot topics to talk about. So turn your notifications on, right? So that you'll be notified when we come on. And on my end, if you promise to do that, what I'll promise to do is have more thought-provoking and inspiring content that you guys want to hear and talk about. Can we do that? If y'all do that, then I'll make a promise to do that, to make sure the shows are good shows, right? And just not random babbling stuff, right? We want to, if y'all promise to do that, I'll try to hold up my end of the bargain with quality content and stuff like that. So on that note, Cowboy Bob, you got anything to say before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, go New York, go New York, go. Let's get it.
And Ron says, that's facts. Make sure the notifications are set to all notifications so that when we come on, man, y'all be aware. And so that these groups that we're in will be bigger groups, more people in the chat, means a deeper conversation. We'll have more fun and all that stuff. And if you really love the channel and the shows, share them on social media, spread the word so that we can continue to grow everybody. On that note, I am out of here. Peace.
Have a good day.